All right, hey everyone, here we are, hole number 9. We're going to go Thor's hammer. What I recommend for you guys would be maybe something more like a Kingmaker X, Dead Ball, Royal Ball. They're all pretty much the same. So I'm gonna go with a Dead Ball here. You'll find that it's much easier. Now, if you don't have anything of this magnitude, then you might want to use a Berserker Ball as an alternate. You're not going to want to go, when you have Thor's hammer, you're not going to want to use a Kingmaker because it's just not going to get out and it's going to create too much risk. So what you're going to see me do, I'm going to put on a power 4. We're going to switch to a Thor's. And the only thing that's going to change with your shot from mine, if you have a lesser Thor, is the amount of rings. So I'm going to be going overpower plus downhill just a little bit, so I'll use a plus 10%. Now, keep in mind that the percentage is kind of a combination of overpower plus the effect that I'm going. And I am going to also keep off my topspin just so you guys with Thor 5 or whatever can get out similarly. And this is going to be right around 11-ish rings, so right around here. Of course, we're going to go full. We are going to use just a little bit of curl because we do want to keep it away from that cliff edge. And especially with me using a little bit less on the top spin, as you could see that I was playing that much more like a Thor 5. But you can see even with a Thor 4, we would still be able to get it out here. Because we're talking about a 3 yards difference, and you still have the amount of top spin that I pretty much just used there. So, especially with a Berserker ball. So you just need to kind of change your balls if you're talking about lesser clubs. And that's why you see me backing off the top spin to make it a guide just for you guys. Now keep in mind, if you're using the notebook app, the only thing that might change is your ring values. So for instance, if I was to switch clubs here, lob for win, for example, Thor 6, you'll see that the ring adjustment numbers are different. But if you just stick to the values that they give you, you will see that you have very good results when you do that. So let's take a look here. I do believe we're going to be in B52 range. We're not going to want to do, there's very little elevation here. If anything, it might be a little bit uphill, so maybe a -5. However, when we're talking an adjustment like this, we can overcorrect. And here you can see, I made a mistake. So I wasn't supposed to go in there. So anytime you do, you have to reset that. We are kind of towards 3/4 club. I'm thinking, right around here with my rings. You'll also see that I'll try to offset this guide just slightly, kind of like this, and 12.4 on the rings. And it looks like it's coming in towards just a little bit under adjust. But it was pretty good overall. Make sure that you're offsetting that ball guide. It's going to be substantial, especially towards, the more you get towards max, the more it's going to actually be. So you can't just do a consistent amount of offset. It's going to be determined by how much am I towards max, how much am I towards min, and you'll just kind of have to tweak it. The more you pull towards max, the more wind effect, so the more offset that you'll have to be. But you can see that was a very good, generic amount that I did there. We gave ourselves a chance. I was probably about 1 green grid off. So if I would have just put just a little bit more offset, one more, it would have been, I only missed by about 1 green grid. So just be sure that you're doing that offset because you are going to have a substantial wind effect there. So good luck with that hole, guys, and your tournaments in general. Hopefully you can use these as a good starting point for you guys, but keep in mind it's only Monday. You probably want to be practicing and honing in on these adjustments. So come weekend time, you have everything dialed and you give yourself a chance to make every one of these holes, because what I see here is, 9 really good chances. It's just going to really you're just going to have to hone in on that adjustment and trust those adjustment numbers. And, come weekend time, you should give yourself a very good chance. So good luck with your rounds, and I will see you guys on future guides.